Last week you were introduced to another way of analyzing your customer portfolio based on sales and buying potential. I've explained in detail how to construct the analysis report, and the formula for calculating the X-Pen indicator, which is crucial to this analysis. Today I'm going to introduce you to a complementary approach, and 3 very useful indicators. The volatility and vitality indexes for your customer portfolio, and the maturity index of your sales revenue. In a family there are babies. Of course, they're not very independent and need a lot of attention and care. In a business, there are also baby clients, customers who have been with us for less than a year. They too need a great deal of attention and care, as they are fragile and could disappear prematurely. That's why the salesperson's role is so important at this stage. He or she must invest a great deal of time and effort in looking after these customers. Families also have teenagers. They're full of vitality, they're having growth spurts, and they're constantly testing their parents' limits. In a business, there are also teenage customers, recent and growing customers who haven't yet fully reached their growth potential. For them too, the salesperson's role is very important, because you have to help them grow and educate them at the same time. And that requires a lot of visits. Then there are the adults in the family. They've finished growing, become stable, autonomous and productive. In a business, adult customers generate the bulk of a company's sales. With them, the salesperson's role is to maintain the relationship and win their loyalty. Finally, there are senior citizens in a family. As they age, they become fragile and less productive. Some even disappear. In business, senior customers' sales gradually erode, either because of the weight of the years, or even because of the mistakes we've made with them. That's just the way it is. It's inevitable. With these senior customers, the salesperson's role is to selectively target those with whom it will still be necessary to invest efforts, in order to free up time for visits to teenage and newborn customers. That's life. Here's the small family of customers for a company that sells everyday consumer products. In blue on the graph, the number of customers for each of the 4 categories we've discussed, and in red, their sales. This company has gained 2 customers this year, representing a 2% increase in the number of customers. That's good, but let's take a closer look. In dark blue, today. In light blue, last year. As I said, some customers are volatile for 2 reasons. Either because they're young and therefore unpredictable, or because they're senior and their sales decline or disappear overnight. The volatility index measures the stability of your sales. Its values range from 0 to 100%. The lower the number, the more volatile your customers are. This may be the case for a startup company, or for an old, declining company that doesn't renew its customer portfolio sufficiently. It's worth noting that this index can also be compared with previous years to track its evolution. Next, let's calculate a portfolio vitality indicator using the following formula. Number of babies plus youngsters minus numbers of seniors, divided by the total number of customers. This indicator can be positive or negative. It will be negative if the number of babies and teens is lower than the number of seniors. The further it is from 0, positive or negative, the more it indicates a change in the structure of your portfolio. Younger and more promising if the indicator is positive. Aging and increased risk of sales decline if the indicator is negative. As with the previous index, don't forget to follow its evolution year by year, to understand what's going on. Finally, let's look at your sales maturity index. In dark red, today. In light red, last year. This indicator can be positive or negative. It reflects the weight and balance of risk weighing on your sales. It will be negative if you have more declining senior customers than promising new ones. The further it is from 0, positive or negative, the more it indicates a structural imbalance. Rejuvenation with a promising future if the indicator is positive, aging and increased risk of sales decline if the indicator is negative. Whether you care for your sales or for your number of customers, you can use the BYAS analysis on your different company segments of customers. It might well tell you something interesting for your strategic plan. And you can also use the BYAS analysis, of course, on your different product categories, to better understand the match between them and your customer's maturity. It's up to you, no limit. I hope you find this sharing useful. Next time, I'll tell you about another way of looking at your products and sales. I'm WWINDER, consultant and sales performance developer. I focus on one thing: improving what matters.